Yes, good evening, good evening, everyone. Let me welcome you to this another episode of the Saudichress Show. And I've not been here for a little while. But just before I go any further, just take it as it is. This is the Saudichress Show. Yes. People, how are you today? I hope you are all having a wonderful Easter. Today is Easter Monday, more so in the Caribbean, and of course, some other place in the world. I know that some place in the United States, for sure, does not see it as Easter, see it as a public holiday. But this is one of Jamaicans' public holiday, and we have to embrace our culture and also our heritage. Yes, this part of it, even though Easter is of such of an religious belief as it relates to religion, but we have to accept what it is. This is how we grow up, and for those of you who have not grown up this way, well, that's it is. We can always learn of each other different culture and heritage depending on where you are and what you stand for. All right, so tonight, people, I really want to, send out my humblest apology for the past week. We have not done a show over the past week, and that is beyond certain circumstances. And we are back today. Today will not be one of the show that we are always used to, where we have guests. I am running solo tonight, and hopefully that you will join me to make it be a better one, a very good one, so we can have a much informative and entertaining show. You know what it is like, right? So again, people, as you come on stream, I just ask that you hit the like button, ensure that you show some love or some like to the show and also to the channel. I want to again um, make a very big welcome to those who have joined the Saudichress Show for the very first time. If this is your first time, I promise you this is like home and we will treat you as such. For those of you who continue to join us again, I welcome you and thank you for continuous. I ask you that you like and share the Saudichress channel as you just like what you have been doing. We would like for you to continue. Tonight, as I mentioned, hitting solo, but I want to, take the pleasure of just, putting, I hope that you have seen something different on the Saudichress show that you have not seen before. And I want to big up tonight our main sponsor, VIP Services, as there's VIP Services, managed and run by Damian Hines and family, or should I say Damian and Patricia Whittick Hines. Those are our sponsors, and if you look here, ladies and gentlemen, people, the Saudichress Show. That's the new banner. That's the banner that you will see as of now. It's just a trial run with it. It's not yet installed because, as you know, this is not just the studio for the what would I say, the Saudichress Show. This is just a temporary studio, as you know, and this is the first time the banner has been actually mounted. Just want to see what it looks like and how it feels to have such a thing. So this is sponsored by one of our sponsor, as there's VIP coming out of Colorado, Denver. All right. So big up yourself, Damian Hines and family. Also, I want to continue to big up, our main sponsor, PIBA, the Past Adrenaline Ballers Association. Oh yes, the Past Adrenaline Ballers Association. We have to big them up. Those are our main sponsors. We also have Toad and Nose Heating and Cooling System. Good. We have um and you can see them running at the screen to people. We just want to acknowledge that. We also have Toti, that's Taste of the Island Restaurant, managed and owned by Leo Packer Anderson, out there in St. Petersburg. Dallas Fine Cut Barbering, coming out of California, the man they call Ninja, the PIBA chairman. We have Juki's Shipping, Michael Juki Latti, coming out of Bronx, New York, for your shipping and moving. You can call or ask for Juki's Shipping. We also have Solid Rock Black Factory, coming out of Mapin, managed and owned by one of PIBA member as well, the man they call Wazim Thomas. Yes, our Fitzroy Wazim Thomas, aka Bro. Big up yourself, Mr. Bro. Yes, I want to big up Basil and Messam. These are sponsors as well. And we are prospective. There are some persons that I will big up as I continue the show because the Saudichress is a family and we continue to show respect to all our own people. All right. So this is the Saudichress Show on a Monday night where we carry your sports and entertainment. More so tonight, it is basically on the sports side. Of course, we want to look at a number of, you know, discuss the whole matter of sports. Yes, close the door. Sorry about that, people. Just this little mischievous little boy, I see, man. All right. So, Zamir himself. All right. So, yes, we're gonna look at sports in general. Of course, the Premier League, the Jamaica Premier League. We want to look at the EPL. We also want to look at Champions League, which will return very soon. We're gonna also take a look at track and field. And as I mentioned, track and field people, unfortunately, I have not come and sit since my alma mater, Edinalin, was dethroned of their championship by the mighty Heidel. We'll have to look at that too. Again, Carifta trial. Not trials this time, rather, but Carifta is live. We have come to the end of the Carifta show, or Carifta set piece, as I call it. The Carifta Games, the 50th Carifta Games that was held in Bahamas. Carifta drama, people. It was more so drama on Jamaica side. This drama reminds me so much of what I have seen in the Girls and Boys Championship. But this is what track and field, this is what sports is all about. In track and field, though, I've seen some very impressive times being run in the 100 meter by Jamaicans over the past couple of weeks. We probably could look at that. So come on, people, give me your views. Let me hear from you. What say you as it relates to our sporting event here and abroad? Good. So it is with much respect, much respect, that we pay attention to not just our male football team, but also our reggae girls. Our reggae girls played a practice match, I think it was yesterday, against, what was it again? I think they had played against Sheffield United in a friendly, and they have won 2-0. So they have been doing well, going through or going towards the World Cup. And so people I ask that you support them, the Jamaicans. whether you are born Jamaican or you become a Jamaican through some other reason, or you just love Jamaica, I'm asking that you support the Reggae Girls. Yes? So, big up yourself, the Reggae Boys. Mr. Donaldson, the coach. I want to send much respect to you, sir, and your coaching staff. Yes? Another team in the World Cup. And I suppose that this team will follow suit, or the Reggae Boys will follow suit to the next World Cup in 2026. Who say you? What say you I should say? So, the Jamaica Premier League, we want to zoom into. And, you know, in recent time, and I just, on my own path, people, I have an interest in what's going on. The games are running fast and thick, yes, and there are some teams who are unable to put their foot on the gas pedal. There are some teams who have been going backwards as it relates to points and positions. But one of the most important things in the Premier League this year, the Chapelton Maroons, a new coach, new players, but yet still, it will take a time for them to come out. Still at the bottom. So Chapelton Maroons and Falkland United continue to struggle in the JPL. They are the new and upcoming Premier League team. They have been promoted to this year's season. But it seems as if, though, they will be rooted at the bottom of the table. Yes, they will be rooted at the bottom of the table. People, I do understand that some persons may not joining because there was no link that was sent to their personal phone. But I hope that you do the right thing. You go and you search for the Saudichress Show. You know it's a Monday night, so there's a show. Good. And please join us. If you have done it, I'm sure that you'd have gotten the notification. All right? Yes. So, people, again, please join the show. And let me see if I can just do just a last minute thing. If that's what, maybe for some people to join the show. But I think it's that time now, people. As we continue to grow, you should, once you have subscribed, I would have thought that you would have, hit the notification bell. So whenever a show is being put across on YouTube, then you will be notified, right? So if that was done, no problem. But please bear that in mind that not every show, based on the circumstances, like even today, it was very short preparation. And so it's not easy for me to send out all of this every time. But I would love for you to search for the show. Yes, search for the show, people. You know, it gives a little more props, a little more in the analytic or analysis of YouTube when more persons have been searching for the Saudichress Show. So I'm trying now, yes, to get it out there. So for those of you who can join, please do so. All right. So as I was saying, the Jamaica Premier League, the Jamaica Premier League. I know that there's a set of matches probably would be presently on the way, right? Yes. Yes, I think there are some matches will be played now. Today's what date again? The 10th. So there are two matches. One should have been played already, and one is currently on the way. I will try my best to get you. Mr. Kevin Williams, big up yourself. So, as usual, I'm sending this out to some people so they can join us. Mr. Morrison, if you are here, let me know. You always give us an update on the games in the JPL. Would appreciate same tonight. Yes. But some time ago, Mount Pleasant was leading the Premier League for a long time, a very long time. However, people, in recent time, Mount Pleasant can hardly get a win. What's happening there at Mount Pleasant? What's gone wrong at Mount Pleasant Football Club, people? Hmm? What's gone wrong at Mount Pleasant Football Club? Anybody on the local side, anybody who know what's happening can just give me, give me some information. What's going wrong at Mount Pleasant? I am wondering, based on what is happening, the trend in football this maybe for the past 3 or 4 months, where managers seem to be losing their jobs left, right, and center. And they are losing their jobs because, or should I say, coaches. Guess what happened? Their teams has not been performing. They are not been getting the type of results that they need. So I wonder if the former national coach, Theodore Whitmore, job is in any danger at all. Just wondering, people. Just wondering. But the truth of the matter, something must have gone wrong with Mount Pleasant. Similarly to what I believe went on are still going on with some big teams in the EPL. I don't want to call any name just now because we will be going there. We'll be touching the EPL, of course, but the fact of the matter, something must be terribly wrong with Mount Pleasant Academy. Yeah, man, something must be terribly wrong. But I'm not gonna hit the blame on the coach. Yes, I'm not gonna hit the blame on the coach. What I will say though, the coach has a responsibility to coach, train, and motivate his players. Am I right? And if he's unable to do that, well, you know what? If the coach is unable to motivate, to coach his players, then I am sure that's a very big problem. What say you? Up, Saudichress. Big up yourself, Mr. Lee. Yes, man. Ever present. Respect my boss. Mr. Lee, have you ever, or should I ask you, do you have any contact them there down there in Jamaica as it relates to Mount Pleasant Football Club or for a wider extension for the Jamaica Premier League? Yes. Do you have any contact that you can get some information? Wow. Tell me. There's also there's also a bit of news coming out of Mount Pleasant. It is not, or should I say, I am unable to confirm all that information, but it has been going around. No, sir. Where say, Mr. Lee, you don't have nothing? Wow, what happened to your friend Kevin, man? Kevin must have some information, man. Yes, people. But there's an unfortunate bit of news circulating that the Mount Pleasant Academy, different and apart from the Premier League team, yes, that there are some hanky panky, some financial mismanagement, some financial unregulation has been detected at Mount Pleasant Academy. A matter of fact, I watch a fellow YouTube program and a fellow podcast on his YouTube that he brought the news, or should I say, he broke the news of the financial issues at Mount Pleasant. Mhm. And let me say that the headlines, as it relates to Mount Pleasant, the headlines is saying that millions of dollars was vanished from the Mount Pleasant Academy. The headlines continue. The headline continue to say someone is going to jail. Wow. People, I promise you, if there's any truth to this story, I will confirm on Friday night. Maybe it will be stale news. But once there is any truth, a matter of fact, whatever the situation is, I will come back to you on Friday to give you all the positives, all the negatives, and of course, I will get it from my credible source. Oh, yes. But it's one of these things that it sort of bothers me. What's happening in Jamaica these days and right across the country, people. In recent time, fraudulent cases, money laundering, not to mention about scamming. I'm not going there tonight. But in recent time, we're talking sports. But it's one of our star UCN St. Leopold who have lost some money in a financial company, an investment company that is. And you all know SSL. And we heard of other different issues, other different scenarios where persons have lost money in their bank accounts. Now, only a fool would have thought that this will only stay towards the banks. Hey, this Jamaica, and some people say Jamaica is not a real place, but I don't really think so. So good. When say Mr. Lee, millions vanish. No, sir. It is in someone bank account. Unfortunately, it's not in the right account, Sir Lee. But I am I'm, I am not at liberty to speak to that in any fulsome way because I don't know the facts. And I'm not hiding anything from you people. What I'm saying to you, I've heard it. And I've heard information from sources that I believe is somewhat credible. I watched the program on YouTube that spoke about it. But from that, personally, I have not gathered enough information to arm myself to speak definitively of what happened. What a question. That means the academy going to close? That's what you're asking, Mr. Lee? I doubt that. I doubt that. I really doubt that. I am not. And then again, sir, maybe, depending on the amount of money that was lost, depending on the amount of money that was lost. So I'm not sure at all what is happening. But I'm right now as we speak, I'm looking at some aspect of what could have, you know, transpired, so to speak. What could have transpired? The news also, people, are the headlines from that video or that YouTube podcast says that the principal of Mount Pleasant Academy, the principal of Mount Pleasant Academy is also out of the institution. This leaves no many different questions, but who have the answers? It would be sad if that money that has been stolen would put a serious impact on the future of the academy. Would that put a serious impact on the future of the academy? Dale Thompson, respect my boss. Big up yourself, Sir Sadi. Big up, Mr. Dale Thompson. I want to tell you, Dale have to put you on as one of the sponsors of this program. Yes. And I have something to show you later on, people. Right? Have something to show you. Because the Saudichress Show is growing, and I want to see these people come and show before I say or do certain things. So big up yourself, Dunga. Dunga know you always on the Google, Tell me what you hear going on at Jamaica, then at the EPL, at the JPL. So back to the story now, people. If the principal is out, if the management of the Mount Pleasant asks the principal to leave, that means, or one could probably say or infer that the principal have something to do with it. Again, I am not in a position. All of this, in my view right now, are allegations. I am not sure if this bit of news is in mainstream media, but it is in social media. And social media is taking the world by storm now. There are some things that you can't find in mainstream, and you will not hear it in mainstream media. But where will you find it? Social media. Very powerful tool. But saying that to say, Mount Pleasant Academy is doing very good in my estimation. One question that I had asked some time ago, and I'm yet to get the answers. If this academy or club is only funded by Peter Gould, I suspect not. But then there's no evidence to say that there's a company or another person who is involved. Trevor Whittick, big up yourself. All right, so as Trevor said, bless up Saudi. Hope that is fake news. Trevor, I am hoping for the good of the country and the good of football in the nation. But even if it is not fake news, I hopefully it's not detrimental to the academy itself. Bill Thompson is saying that social media is the most powerful source for sports news and world events in real time. I can tell you, not just powerful, it is also accurate. It's just that you have so many different aspects, or should I say, so many different sources in social media. But if you follow closely, yes, and there are a lot of media out there, a lot of YouTube channel, a lot of podcasters who bring credible information. The Saudichress Show, of course, is one of them. And that is why, Trevor, as you mentioned, hope it is fake news. I'm just bringing it across because I've heard it, and trust me, I can tell you, Trevor, the sources I got it from, I have no fear that there's something to that effect. There's an old saying, in Jamaica. When you hear certain things, if you no go so, you near go so. Yeah, man. So you said, Dunga, social media always have videos to back up their stories most times, bro. Yes, that's true. Social media have the evidence, man. Yeah, man. There are evidence. And as I promise you this right now, people. On Friday, I will definitely get this bit of information to you. I was trying before I come on here, but it is not as solid as how I want it. All right, so I'll leave it right there. And we can continue the discussion. We can. But just to say, it's unfortunate that what we have seen in, you know, the wider scope of Jamaica has now come into football. Yes, I really have a problem with that. Sorry, you notice mainstream media always lag behind social media. And you see, one of the things is, Dunga, and what I have learned since in the social media spectrum is that you have to also understand with the mainstream media, they have to get their information straight from the horse's mouth. They have to be so credible because one word or one letter which changes the outset or the meaning of a context, they can get themselves in trouble. So because mainstream media, it is more likely for somebody, a group of persons, or a company to sue them for defamation of character than in social media. Yes, Trevor, I have to wait on Mount Pleasant to make an official statement. That is the way to go. But as I said, you may very well don't hear that official statement either. Yes, you may not hear it because very few things, good or bad, that the management of Mount Pleasant Academy speaks. Very few, I can tell you. Even when they're having the big positive information and news, you never hear it from him. So let's see what happened. But as I said before, I will do my part. I will do my own part. I will do my investigation. Yes, to get the information out. And I must say, I hope that it is not like what we all believe.
just for hope. All right. So Mount Pleasant, we need to go. But the strangest thing, though, people, the strangest thing, Mount Pleasant Football Club in the EPL has been going south. Let me read. Let me get the table for you. And what I want to say, people, a few months back or a few weeks back, it would have seemed like Mount Pleasant gone with number one position. No team had an opportunity based on what we were seeing, how they were playing, how they were accumulating points. But now they have found themselves third. And well, Arnett Garden is leading right now. But Mount Pleasant, Cavaliers in second, Mount Pleasant in third. But Mount Pleasant have a game more than Cavaliers. A matter of fact, the team in fifth, which is Humble Lion, has a game in hand. They play one game less than Mount Pleasant, and if they win that game, they would have tied up with points. So probably we could check the goal difference to see where they're at. So Mount Pleasant right now is highly possible they could reach. I wonder if I'm seeing right. Probably fifth. But when I read the entire table, I'm gonna go to the table and you will see how interesting this is. You believe that the EPL table is interested? We're gonna go to that. Damian Hines, what you mean as there's big up yourself, you just have come in, you just have to big up the people and show them your work. Right behind the Saudichress banner. Yeah man, big up yourself. Up and live. Big up on top of the the Monday, yeah. Alright, my boss. Mr. Lee, what are you saying? Call the principal Saudi. I thought you have his number. Mr. Lee, you should call the principal. You mean the principal of Mount Pleasant? I promise you, Lee. I'm not gonna tell you if I'm gonna call, but I promise you I'm gonna get some good information, creditable information out there for Friday. I'm not rushing it because I know that, there's a lot of things being kind of hushed. But people, I'm telling you, if I tell you some of the things that I'm hearing coming out of Mount Pleasant, you'd be surprised, you'd be shocked. But I'm not gonna jump to those things. No, I'm not gonna let the ego, I'm not gonna let because of news that I pull out these things and we start saying. Not at all. Not coming from Saudi at all. But yes, Lee, I will make good representation on that. I will get the information. I'm sure you will be giving all of what you want to hear. All right. So people, listen to this now. I wonder if Lenky I have match tonight. Lenky, hold on. Tonight is what? Monday night. Chapelton Maroons. Where they are. Man, it's just so hard to find, man, because of the position. Wow. I think all right. So Lenky, if you are listening, give it some thumbs up hear what's happening. But people, this is the table for the EPL. I wonder if I should try and put this up on screen. No, not have the time right now. But Arnett Garden is leading. They had played 22 matches and they are on 43 points. So I'm just gonna give you matches and points right now. All right, and we can dive down into deeper things. Cavalier played 21 and they're on 40 points. In third, Mount Pleasant, 22 matches, 39 points. I remember I asked about Mount Pleasant and just listening. In fourth position, Harborview FC, 22 matches, 39 points as well. So they're tied on points with Harborview, with Mount Pleasant. But It seems Mount Pleasant would have had a better goal difference. Humble Lion played 21 and they're on 36 points. You see that, people? In sixth position, Portmore United, 22 matches, 35 points. Waterhouse in 7th, 22 matches, 34 points. Dumbo Holding 8th, 22 matches, 32 points. Mollines United, 21 matches rather, 25 points. Montego Bay United, 22 matches, 23 points. And the Tivoli, 22 matches, 19 points. And of course, the bottom three, Veer United on 21 points. 21 matches they played rather, 16 points. Falkland, 21 matches, 10 points. And Chapelton Maroons, oh my God, 21 matches, 8 points. By Chapelton, the minus per game. So, people, again, look at the standing. If you listen, if you remember. So, the top five, or should I say, third, fourth, and fifth, are basically tied up. Basically. Now, a few months back, I was saying, Mount Pleasant was the team to watch in the Premier League. They were playing the better brand of football based on what I saw. They were accumulating the points left, right, and center. And at one stage, persons in Jamaica were saying that Mount Pleasant has the best players in the country. They go around the country and they buy the better players. That's one of the thought that was in the football scene right around Jamaica, based on how they were performing. But I wonder what's happening now. It is the same set of players, the same coaching staff, but they're not doing well. Something is wrong. Something definitely wrong. Yes. But Arnett Garden, though, has been very, very impressive of last in late. T. Got Davis, big up yourself. Yes. Doing well down there at Arnett. One of the teams, though, that has been striving very quickly in recent time, Portmore United. Portmore United at one stage were right like ninth. Yes. Could hardly get a win. They were drawing games, though. And I have a telephone conversation with the coach, Mr. Philip Williams. And he was saying that he's putting the work in and he will get the results. Pick up yourself, Mr. Williams. I see it. It is paid off. Your hard work. But what I have noticed though, in the January window, Portmore acquired a number of players. And these players are experienced players, players who would have gone on to play overseas. Some why I don't know. I need some information on that. I've seen a number of players leaving overseas, coming back to Jamaica to play in the Premier League. I am not sure if that's a business perspective coming from the agents or overseas is not as good as what they believe. I mean, there's one name that came to mind and is doing well for Portmore. Yes, doing very well for Portmore. Former St. George's High School forward, Alex Marshall. He's back at Portmore and he's getting the goals. So sometimes it just wants a one team, a one player out of a team to step up, to change the whole dynamic of the way the team looks, the way the team perform, the way the team what would I say, negotiate tough games. just that one individual. And I believe Alex Marshall came that with it. But another aspect of the Premier League, people, that I want to look at, one other aspect of the Premier League. Falkland, earlier in the season, found themselves in a little trouble, both with coaches and players, and with the JFF. As you talk about JFF, forgive me, people, but I am yet to get any information as it relates to the sanctions that were placed on Mount Pleasant earlier. I don't know if they have reached a what should I say, a mutual agreement between club and federation, or that the charges were dropped, or I don't know. And I am calling on the JFF, the powers that be, to shed some light on that. There was also another incident with Harborview. Again, I am not saying it never dealt with, but I am yet to see the conclusion of such. All right. Now, after parting company with Coach Lenny Hyde, um, the Maroons had garnered the support and the assistance of a Brazilian coach. Let me put it that way. Big Brazilian coach, because he has actually been the head coach of Jamaica too. I've watched them, I think, about a few games now, and honestly, I think I've seen what this coach is doing. The philosophy of that coach is now being putting it's sort of shaping the team. But it's very difficult for a coach to take up a team in short order and to make those massive changes to get from zero to hero. So I give him time, and I hope it will work. But maybe time is not good for the club itself, based on the position to which they are. But I'm seeing these players start to play this football around. They are playing the football. They are passing out from defense. They are trying to keep the ball. And I think they probably, in some instances, some areas of the field to which they blundered, trying to do too much and gave away silly goals. But at least you could see that. So if they save relegation, or if they return next year, because there's a food for thought that there will be no team relegating this year. But of course, two teams will be promoted based on the plans the JFF have. But the professional body of the JPL also have a different plan. So I don't know where we will go next year. That again needs some further clarity. Yes? So Mount Pleasant has got the coach from Brazil. And guess what, people? Recently, Montego Bay United has also parted company with their coach, the great Donovan Duki. I was told that Duki wanted to leave because both club and coach are not just club and coach, and more so the players and coach were not on the same page. Again, that is sketchy information, but that's what I was told. And I don't believe that is the main reason for Duki to leave. But Duki is a coach who loves to win, at all costs, I can say. You know what the unfortunate thing? Duki has not won a major title in Jamaica. Neither at the schoolboy level or the club level. Nothing major. But he loves to win. So, these are some very interesting things that we can look at, people. But to my surprise, though, to my surprise, the Montego Bay United hierarchy has gone for another Brazilian coach. Yes, they have gone for a Brazilian coach. So presently in the Premier League, and I think that coach is Dos Santos. Dos Santos is his name. Yes. Hmm. but what I am saying there, what I gather from that, how comes these two Premier League teams who are battling to find good players, who are battling to stay in the league or to even set up a real, what would I say now, make a positive impact on the league. Where do these clubs get this money from to pay coaches from overseas? And by extension, the coaching staff. There's no need, people. I don't want to hear Mount Pleasant or Montego Bay United quarreling about money in terms of the prize money that they will get to what they spend. I'm gonna put a lid on that. I'm gonna put my take on that. While I agree, and I don't really have a big problem getting the overseas coaches, because you know what happened? It's a different dynamic, I believe, to the league and to Jamaican football. But on the other side, people, on the other side, the JFF has implemented the coaching upgrade for Jamaican coaches. And they have A license, B license, C license, D license. I suspect that most of our active coaches, especially at the high school level, has a D license. All those of them D license, say hey in the group for me. Or UEFA B. Now, if the coaches are being upgraded, they have been going about their own business, they have been spending their own monies, yes, in an effort so they can coach at the highest level in the country to which they are. Now, what I want to say, or the question that comes to mind is that, are you saying to me that you cannot find a local coach, football coach in Jamaica who is the ability, qualified and has the ability to do well? Hold on a second. Yeah. Right. Hold on a second. Well, give me 1 second. Sorry about that, people. Breaking transmission. Yes, yes. Back to you, people. It seems like you people running away from me. What happened? Let me know. Yes. So I am saying that you don't think we have coaches here who have been talking about the trainers for trainers. Talk to the JFF. Could they recommend a set of coaches that you could choose from? That is just food for thought, though. So I'm not saying that they shouldn't go overseas or they should sit. That's not what I am saying. Just thinking of the situation. All right? Just thinking. All right. So two Brazilian coach. That means, people, there must be some positive things going on. Mhm. Must be positive going on. If the clubs can afford to get purses from Brazil, and those are not, I don't think they are cheap. Even if they are charging the cheapest rate, but to have them here can't be cheap. On the flip side, I want to big up the management of Maroons and the management of Montego Bay United for taking such a bold step. It must have been engraved in your vision, yes, to get the best coach wherever he or she is from, because they have some top female coaches now in the world. I bet you some of you never know that female coaches are doing well. So that's where I am looking. in the Premier League, JPL. So, top it up, people. We're saying that Arnett Garden is leading the Premier League. The top five, I must just go with the top five again. So, Arnett Gardens, Cavaliers, Mount Pleasant, Harbourview, and Humberline. That's the top five of the Jamaica Premier League. In the lower half of the Premier League, and I'm not going to say the lower half either, because guess what, people? The fact of the matter is the teams that are facing relegation are in the relegation zone are the two teams that came up from this tier two competition. All right. So Falkland FC and Chopperton Maroons, they are rooted ever s- ever since the league has started, people. If my memory serves me right, these two teams has occupied 13th and 14th position. And don't watch the laugh. You say I'm laughing, I'm not laughing at the teams. It's just interesting to see that there's no change. A matter of fact, there was one change because the Chapton Maroons, yes, I think at one stage they were like 12. But since they have been, lost those 6 points by sanction from JFF, points are hard to come by. But I trust that they will do well, and I'm hoping to see that they will do well. There's also top scorers in the Premier League, JPL. One Colin Anderson from Cavaliers, yes, and he has gotten his opportunity to play for the Reggae Boys. So Coach Algris has given him the opportunity. Of course, leading goal scorer in the Premier League, and he's having it's a local squad. Why not? I think he represented himself well in both games too, the Trinidad games. Trevante Stewart also is on 14 goals, followed by Fabian Reed from Harnett Garden. So those are the top scorers. Those are the scorers who are in double figure for the JPL. All right, so again, before the night is out, I'll get some information. If those of you on set who know what the results are right now or presently, then please share with us. I'll try to accumulate or to get that information. All right, people, big time. We are over to England. The EPL. My big question, people, in the EPL. Let me take a little sip because this one is very, very cold. The EPL, the question is the EPL open? Is the position leading up for the title is alive and well? Hold on a second, please. Just give me. All right, thank you. Thank you for waiting. So, the question again, people, is the Premier League title open? Is it alive? No, the question would have come now. And with the latest set of games that played yesterday, the results would have meant that the title race is still not over. It is still not over. But I just want to make this clear to people. I want to make this one clear as day. Since January, yes, since January, I declared Arsenal the winner of the Premier League. So I just want to let this one clear now. And I don't want anybody to come now and tell me say me a wagon this or me switch. Just saying this one off the top of my head. I said it already. Presently, I still believe Arsenal have enough in their tank to win the Premier League. Yes, I still believe that. I also believe that Arsenal have the advantage to win the Premier League. Right now, people, the Premier League and the title is between City and Arsenal. Arsenal has played 30 games. They're on 73 points. Man City has played 29 games and they're on 67 points. So that's a 6 point lead. People, it doesn't matter what no one say or what people want to say. The points is already on the board. For City to overtake Arsenal at this stage, yes, City will have to win two, Arsenal lose two. What say you? But what makes it interesting, though, people? What makes it interesting there is that yesterday Arsenal take on Liverpool at Anfield. Unfortunately, I never watch all the games or the entire game. I have watched bits and pieces of it. And even though I am a Liverpool fan, which most people would have known by now, the last time I wear this red shirt, people say me wear it because me a Liverpool fan or because Liverpool win. When I put on this shirt earlier tonight, I said, Lord of mercy. I do remember it's this speech that was made by one person. I don't see him here. I don't see him on set. But the strange thing about it, the game yesterday, and I'm going to say that, I had Liverpool to win that game for one main reason. Me just never see Liverpool a lose so much game on the track. Or should I say, not winning by playing so many games and not winning any. And the second thing is it was at Anfield. But when the game started, I watched the first 20 minutes of the game. And then I went on the road. The goal that Liverpool conceded to me was one of the most embarrassing goals they would have ever conceded for this year. Crazy. Not with the very same defenders who they had a few years ago. Arsenal had Liverpool running around like chickens without head in that first 20 minutes that I watched. Even though, people, after Arsenal scored in the 8th minute, about the 10th or 11th minute, Liverpool should have equalized. I think Mr. Robertson, that left back from Liverpool, should have scored, but he's chuck his shot wide. That's the nature of the game. To God be the glory, aka Dallas Harris, P Bash chairman. Respect Dallas. Yes. So I think that was a very good game. But this is also another game that people talk about a game of two halves. I believe, really and truly, that the result yesterday would have given Man City a little look into the title. If Liverpool would have won, or if Arsenal lost, then City would be celebrating right now as if they already win. The fans would have gotten crazy. I heard City fans saying, "Come on, Liverpool." I've never heard that in the past 6 years. But guess what? They were hoping for Liverpool to do them a favor. Arsenal said, not so easy. You have to come and get it. But look at the interesting part of it, people. Look how interesting the Premier League is. With Arsenal being maybe the best team for the entire season. Mhm. Yes, City plays some good football at times. But Arsenal, I believe, was consistent. Even when they lose, they were consistent. Yesterday, they looked like really a regular Liverpool Arsenal game last half. Liverpool just run things. But Arsenal, for the most part, people, is the most consistent team in EPL 2022-23. But the fact that they dropped 2 points yesterday, and I'm going to use this now, people. You see that term drop points here? I'm using it in two ways. Two ways. Is it they drop 2 points or they gain a point from yesterday's game? Arsenal fans, help me out here. Dallas Harris is saying, blessings, Saudichress and the crew. Blessing, blessings, blessing in abundance to you, Mr. Chairman. No, get this one straight, people. Get this one straight. I'm going to ask this question now and I need some answers. Type in the chat, people. Or if you want, if a matter of fact, I should have done this. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, and if anybody want to come and give us a little piece, just to help me out and set, I would be very, very grateful. Yeah, man, have me alone a chat not sound good at all. But come on and share your piece. Make everybody know so you have a voice. Yes, I suspect that some of you probably watching another show too, I see you going in and out. But the question I'm asking people, and I'm asking football fans now, I'm also targeting Arsenal fans and Liverpool fans. I no fan at all. The question is it that from yesterday's game, Arsenal would have dropped 2 points or they would have gained a point? Talk to me about that. I know many of you can answer that question, For some strange reason, a lot of you cannot answer that question. But let me give you my take. Based on how the game went, how it penciled, how it actually penned out, me I telling you the truth. I think Arsenal gain a point from that game. And I want to make this clear. I have to clear myself. I'm not saying that because I'm a Liverpool fan. Trust me, people. If you listen to me now by now, I just speak the football as I see it. I don't speak it on a personal view. No. I don't talk it like how some people say, my team is the best team and they are the Isle machine. But yet still the bearings them a mash up. Hello? Just talk. Me no mean nothing. So Mr. Man from Australia, nobody come in, come try to hit me hard. Yes, so the reason why I say that, people, with all that went on, if I should take the terms that some of you who discuss football to use, and this one word that I hear keep saying and keep talking about, this if thing, if this did happen, if that did happen. People, whether or not believe me, but let me see if I can teach you a thing or two about principles. The word if doesn't work in principles. Get that straight. Because I'm going to say this. Some people will say if Arsenal did would score their 3 goals in the first half. I hear it already, That person is saying is Arsenal did score them 3 goals in first half. Then it would have been a different game. How the if come in? But in the same breath, the same person is saying that never say if Liverpool did score for them goal and go 1-1, it would still would have been. Them not mention that because they are just reasoning on their own views and what they wanted to happen. Not at all. Trevor, going to the game, Arsenal would be happy with a point. I believe that felt like 2 points drop after the game, though. No, Trevor, man. All right. Why did you say it felt like 2 points drop? Remember, you're just saying a boss. Arsenal would be happy with a point. But they can't happy with a point if they drop 2 points, Bridget. No, Trevor, seriously. Mr. Captain. But really, though, you believe it is 2 points dropped after the game? What gave you that belief? Is it because they are tracing, they are trying to hold on to their lead for the title? Or you are talking based on how the game ended, the game was played? Let me know that part of it. Because I want to use the word if now, I want to tell me if I'm wrong. When you take the game into consideration, people, take the game into full consideration. If Liverpool have taken all their chances, yes, and if Arsenal took all their chances as well, who would have won that game? You see the operative word if there again? If both teams had taken all their chances, who would have won the game? If you no can bust that one, you no can't use if in a football. If you anybody can bust that one there, you cannot use if in football, no time at all. Having led 2-0 at halftime, I thought they should be disappointed in the end. Yes, Trevor, me agree with that. But remember, say that was just halftime. The game never in halftime. Lord of His mercy. But it's a good point, though, Trevor. It's a good point. And it brings me back to the point I have seen many teams, boss, would have down 2-0 at halftime and come back to win at the end of the game. Right? Dallas Harris, a bird in hand is better than two in the bush. I think it's 2 points drop. The fact that they were up by two. So you're saying to me then, all right, hold on. Let us put it this way. If you're saying to me, if all right, let me just use a scenario. If again, if I use another scenario now, because that me here a lot of fans are use, which me not think it should be. But if halftime it was nil all, okay, and it finished 2 all. Say second half again, Arsenal got 2-0 up in the 78th minute, and Liverpool come back 2 all in the 90th minute. Would you see this as would you use that same scenario? That's one. What if it was nil all half time and end nil all full time? Would you see that as a 2 points drop as well? Or 1 point gain? Trevor and Dallas, Get me straight now, Me nah say you're wrong, Me nah say no wrong. I'm just trying to use the term if to nullify or to suit all the arguments. And I do understand if you are the leader, you would have want to believe that you drop 2 points. But gentlemen, it can't be that a team is leading and the match are done and you feel that the match has been won from first half. I must say to you, I think during halftime, yes, halftime, somebody called me to say, boy, you ugly sided again. The only answer I gave to that person was to say that remember the game is it at Anfield. And he asked me why. I said go back and check the stats at Anfield. Just go back. I really never have Liverpool to really maul over Arsenal. I think they would have won. That's Liverpool because of, as I said, Anfield factor and the fact that they have not won a game in 3 or 4 games. So that's just the reason. All right, Liverpool never played no football at all for me to consciously believe that they would have beaten Arsenal. But I say they will win. So the arguments that I'm pulling now, people, is just because of certain conversations that I had. Some people, I throw them this. Yes, it's okay. As I said to you, me already crown Arsenal the winner of the Premier League. I still want them to win the Premier League. All right. Now, the other part of it now, I'm saying, again, I'm going to the if as one big, big Man U fan called me today. We're lucky if you get a draw yesterday. Yes, that's a part of the game. But people, remember, Liverpool, Liverpool, Mohamed Salah missed a penalty during the game. You remember what time of the game that penalty was missed? Yes, Dallas. Yes, I would say you have an advantage. But I can't say that the game is done. Having an advantage doesn't mean that you win the game. You see, it is easier to talk now, that the game has gone. As we said, this is a discussion anyway. But it is easier to say that now the game has gone. But when you look into the realities surround the game, you get what I'm saying? And so you come in again and you are saying, would you say if? That word is a powerful word. If, but it doesn't affect principles. If doesn't affect principles. You see, in principle or in principles, you have to do. You can't undo or want to do. Principle, you must do it. So the principle of football is to win. The principle of any competitive game is to win. And so there's no if in winning. Because once you use the term if, you never won. But you know what happened, people? I am saying that to say. Well, let us continue the discussion, people. If, again, I'm using the term if, because I've been getting it and I'm trying to tell people that this doesn't work and it makes no sense in principle. If Mohamed Salah had scored that goal, that penalty, what would you say? What would have happened? Would you believe the game would have ended 2-2? No. Maybe, just maybe, Arsenal could have won 3-2. Maybe Liverpool could have won 5-3 based on how the game went and the chances that were created. Yes. But we all know that chances will come, chances will go. What is the ideal thing or what is important is not just for you to say you take your chances, it's for you to score. So while I see Liverpool got some great chances, they don't get anything for chances, boss. And I'll say the same thing for Arsenal. The other part of the story that I'm going to use the if again. There are two other occasions, people. Two other occasions in that game that Liverpool could have awarded a penalty. Two other occasions. What if those penalties were awarded to Liverpool? What if one of those two penalties were awarded to Liverpool? You see how powerful if is? You see how powerful the word if is? And it makes no sense at all in principle. None at all. So we are saying that, people, if you want to logic, if you want to logically reason the football and thing, you could talk about how the game play. We can always have a discussion. But I begged of you, leave out the if. Leave out the if in your discussion because it has no take, it has no part in principle. So that was the game yesterday, Arsenal Liverpool. But Man City, who played on Saturday, they played Southampton, right? Yes. Man City played Southampton. That game was a bit tricky, in the first part of the game. It was a bit tricky. But Man City, as they do, really and truly, they came out with the victory. They find a way to squeeze part or to come in, get into the game. And from then, it was all right. The skipper is here. Let we hear what he has to say. Skipper.
Yeah, good night, Saudichress. Well, go on.
Good day, I'm a
But
boss. What go on? What go on? What say you?
to all the viewers and listeners, I hear you talk about the Arsenal, Liverpool, but if I'm a Arsenal fan, I will be definitely disappointed with the result. But sorry, we know it's football now. We know, like I said, the ifs and the maybe. We can all talk about that after the game, and
Mm,
2-0 up halftime doesn't mean that you're supposed to win. But the way I
yes.
saw Arsenal dominating that game yesterday, I thought they kind of dropped the
Mm.
ball at the first half. They didn't maximize. They should have put away the pool from the first half, man.
And Trevor, yes, as I said, in the first half, I think Arsenal have Liverpool are run like headless chicken. Definitely so. But again, about 2 or 3 minutes after Arsenal scored that first goal, Liverpool got a glorious opportunity to equalize.
Absolutely. But you see, again, and the maybe again, but from looking at it how the game was played, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Uh, Arsenal was very impressive in my view, totally dominating Liverpool, and it's from an Arsenal fans' perspective, I can imagine. I know that their stomach might be turning
Yes.
still. You know what I mean? Because before the game, like I say, before the game, I think if we
Mm.
gave Arsenal a point, they would have happy with that. But given how they started the game and how dominant they were, I think they must be feeling like it's 2 points drop.
Yeah, yes, man, and that's one of the reasons I say we want to look at it from a more so a fan perspective, and not so much a Arsenal or Liverpool fan. But you say if you're an Arsenal fan, you would have felt very bad. What if you were a Liverpool fan though, based on how the game ended? How do you feel? What do you think the Liverpool fan would have felt?
Liverpool fans, can have their say also because they really play some dominant football in the second half. You know,
Hmm.
so again, just like football, the game love up halftime is not over,
It's
and
not for
especially
real.
at the cup, it's not no easy place. People, you know what I mean, big teams go there from time to time and gets swamped. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man.
So
Big team, big players.
yeah. But somebody mentioned to me, I think Dale mentioned to me today. Um, he wanna point the finger on Shaka. He said Shaka was turn
Shaka,
Liverpool.
give me the game.
Yes. Yeah,
Hey,
he said "I get the crowd into the game, man. When he stopped with Trent, you know.
last season as well, the coach Arteta did the same thing.
Yes, yes.
You remember
Oh yeah.
when him take on clap,
Yes, yes,
and then everything just turn upside down from
yes.
there when you get your crowd start react. So the on-field factor is a big thing, man. On-field factor is a real 12 man.
And I think that played the part as usual, you know.
Yes.
So
But Trevor, as I was saying, man, there's this guy who called me today, and the man whole lot of ifs and ifs and ifs. So I'm saying, all right, fine. But let's say if Liverpool had taken the league 3 minutes after, not the lead, the equalizer, you don't know what would have happened.
I think if Liverpool had equalized with that opportunity from with the left back name
Robertson.
Robertson, yeah, I think it would have been a different game. Cause that was still early in the game, 10, 11 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But since they spurred that chance, man, trust me. I'm very impressed with Arsenal all season.
Yeah,
You
man,
know,
Arsenal consistent, man. Trust me.
it pained me to say it, but facts,
I
facts.
know, I know the gunners going to come at you, if they're
Yeah, man,
watching this show.
want me all the time, man. But it's painful to say it, but listen, from a football fan, you gotta appreciate the football where they're playing. You know what I mean? And trust me, I'm not giving them the title yet, but if they win, they truly deserve it. They truly deserve it. Like I said before, I think
Mhm.
they're the most consistent team, without a doubt, in my mind, in the league
That,
2022, 2023.
that's so
You know
true,
what I
man.
mean?
Trust me.
I think they play the best football. City have them time, but City is not consistent for me.
No,
You know what I mean? But Arsenal, like you say, even when them lose, they still look mighty impressive. I see they lost to
Everton.
Man United at Man U, and trust me, Man U should have get about 5-3.
Even when they lost recently to Everton.
Yeah, yeah. Those games I'm gonna, you know, you're gonna have those games where we all know we're gonna have some games where you dominate and still lost. But
True.
losing to Everton, it was at Everton, and the pitch tight down at Everton, man. So the crowd all over you. So
Yes,
it's
yes.
a
That
tough
is so
place.
true. It's a tough place to
A,
play to.
a tough place to play to.
But
So
Trevor, give me two reasons why you're not giving Arsenal the go ahead right now.
um, City to me, I think for the past 3, 4 games, they take their game to another level. You know what I mean? Where they playing for the first time for me all year. I think they play
Hmm.
championship football, meaning they playing like a champion. They play like the City that we expect how them play. You know what I mean? Um, Arsenal for me is in the driving seat still, without a
Yeah.
doubt. But I think the next three games
Mm-hmm.
those results gonna determine who win the Premier. I
The
believe
next,
if City, I don't think City can afford to drop points, and that's why I say Arsenal can still afford to drop points and still go on to win comfortable.
yes, most
Yeah,
definitely.
I don't believe City can afford to drop points and then Arsenal gonna win game. That's a big problem for City. So Arsenal for me is in the driving seat, but you never know. Are they running into the business end? So it's gonna depend on if Arsenal can hold them nerves. On paper, I think Arsenal have two winnable games ahead of them, and I
Yeah, so
think
they have West Ham and who?
West Ham and I think Brentford. Is it Brentford?
Yeah,
West Ham.
they are
I don't.
going to Brentford.
They're
So,
going to Brentford,
mm-hmm.
and then West Ham
Yes,
at home, right? I
yeah,
think
they have West
there
Ham.
are two winnable games. City might have a tricky game. I think they have Brighton, who is really playing some good football.
Bright, that game has been what would you say, no, rescheduled. No?
Really, because
Yeah,
of what, Champions League?
I think it's Champions League or the FA Cup
Oh,
semi-finals.
possible one of them. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I think that
I think
game
that's an advantage for City
for
right
City,
now.
yes, it is.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because with Champions League coming up tomorrow, and then the FA Cup is when? Next weekend?
I think it's next weekend.
Yeah, so it's a lot of games, that are crucial games to play. I don't know if they can recover from those high intensity games. You know what I mean?
Well, at reaching the quarterfinal stage, semi-finals, I think they will. They have done it before, and they have the depth that they can probably, do a little rotation, especially in the league. Because I know they're going all out for the Champions League, City. But you see, one of the things, Trevor, and I will say this as you rightly mentioned, is that City cannot afford to drop a point. And that is why I continue to say that Arsenal still have a major advantage going. It doesn't matter what, because if both teams win, Arsenal still have them advantage.
Yeah, man.
So the
And
crucial game,
like I say, if I can see Arsenal losing another game within the next three games and still sitting in the driver's seat.
losing how much you say?
One more game of the next three games ahead of them, right?
Hmm.
I can see them losing one of those three games and still in the driving seat.
And I think you think the game that they will lose is the next City game.
Um, City is in the next three.
Yes.
Oh,
So I think they have two more games before City.
yeah. Well, let's put it down to two. They need to go. They need 6 points from those two games going to City.
And they will get it because I think they are West Ham and Southampton.
Southampton is a tricky game for them. Trust me.
You think? But
Yes.
one of the good thing about Arsenal from all the other the past 3 or 4 seasons, right now leading, Arsenal is the only team missing a play with any team no bottom them just dismantle them. Unlike a Liverpool or City where last year and a couple years ago, them little team they always take a 1 point or even 3 points from them. Arsenal doesn't play with those teams.
True. True.
And that's why I rate them this year. Trust me, when them get the little team them just dominate them, they no response. That's
Yeah.
the good thing about them.
And
So as I say, it
that's
can,
usually a sign of a championship team.
yeah
A team
man,
that shooting for the title.
they've not play with them team there. So I believe, Bridget, it will be a good one. But Trevor, so they have West Ham away and then Southampton, then back to City. So the third game, I believe, will be a challenge, which may believe City will win.
I don't think, honestly, with everybody saying, I don't think the matchup I don't think the result. I think they can afford to lose to City and still win again. Trust me. I don't think losing to City gonna be any drama. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? All they have to do is win them two games before they come up against City.
And put City under more pressure.
Put City under more pressure. And then the only other tricky game for me, for the Gunners, is going up to Newcastle. With 'cause
Wow,
Newcastle looking
big
in good.
game,
There's a
big
big
game,
game.
big game, big
Yeah.
game. Newcastle not
So
easy, man.
if I was Arsenal losing to City for me, if
Hmm.
me an Arsenal fan, Nah, that wouldn't be. I wouldn't be scared of that.
Trevor, he wouldn't be scared because look at it this way now. Look at it this way. City have
Mm-hmm.
a game in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So City winning their other game, Arsenal would have an advantage if they win both because City would have a game in hand. Probably now been two game in hand.
Right.
The fact is the points will already on the board.
Right.
But City winning all those games and beating um Arsenal, you know that they would tie up and right there.
And I know City will be ahead on goal difference, but trust me,
Exactly.
City gonna drop points. I think City have at least a draw left in them because the game's gonna be piling up on City.
Yeah,
And I
man.
just they have a big squad and rotation. But trust me, as big as the squad is right now, they pretty much have a solid 13, 14 players. That's where it stops in terms of form.
Well, that's true. And I believe that them going to gamble the FA Cup.
I think that's. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Nah, I don't think so. They going after. I think. Listen, City quietly going after
The
the
triple,
triple.
the
Yeah,
treble.
yeah, man.
Well,
Them
that
quietly
would be
going
good.
after the treble.
That seems
Them have it in them to.
to take it on.
Yeah, man. Them have it in them, man. I think the biggest problem is like you say, is the Champions League. They want it so bad, and I
Hmm.
think that's the disadvantage. I think with Arsenal. I think Arsenal want this title so bad that what I mean they might crack if they come under some
Under
pressure.
pressure.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Well, the truth is, trust me, I was happy looking at out the title and because me already said boy Arsenal win. Me happy them never lose yesterday
I
because
can't say the same. I can't say the same. Big up the Gooners friend them, but
hey, no
I
sir.
can't,
What the cannon can't fire.
I
Miss Sam, where you there?
can't bust out yesterday, man. So they can't fire three teams and they only get two goals. I don't understand.
Eh?
Yeah, man. But listen, them mighty impressive. That's all I can say about the Gooners, bro. They're mighty impressive. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
man. Trust me.
They're doing it from August till now. They're doing it, man.
I love how them play. Honestly,
Yeah,
beat me up, but I just like how them play. When
yeah.
especially when me see them play the minor teams.
I
Them
don't,
not
I don't listen. Not the only the minor teams, man. Even the big teams, man. Them zip this ball around these big teams. Like they make some of the big teams look like small team, bro. Tough,
and I agree because
you know.
they're a big team.
Yeah.
But just say, why I say that, Trevor, you see the fact that you have some team with 10 to take the foot off the gas when they find other teams. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal not do that. Anyway,
And
Trevor,
one of the thing what make what Arsenal even more impressive to me, them have a thin squad. Their squad is not even big,
that's true,
and I think barring Jesus injury and the niggle and diggling here from some of the other players, they stay very healthy all season. So that's kudos to them, man.
As you mentioned that, I remember listening to you people having a conversation over your player that they bought in January, Jorginho.
Mhm.
And I see it and I said, look here, it might not very be an impressive player, but it's a good squad player.
Yeah, but I don't see them using him, man.
And he was a man. I said, remember, Party was out the other day,
Yeah, man. But
And I think,
from party fit, I don't see him again.
right. So that's why I'm saying he's a very good squad player.
Yeah, yeah. I remember, L, what name, El Nani, whatever his name,
El Nani, yeah.
injured. You know what I mean? So I think that's the main reason why they had bought Georgina, though.
Yeah, okay, yeah, for real. Yeah, man, I no joke. So,
But Georgina a baller, man. Georgina a baller, it's just that him not have the legs like before. But he can still do a job. He can still do a job. And
mhm.
especially the way Arsenal playing, you know,
Yeah,
on
man,
the front
trust
foot
me.
most of the time, he will do a good job for them.
I tell you, Regine, trust me. Trevor, I'm glad you come on, Let's talk a little about your blue team, no, man.
Oh man, that's the kind of conversation I'm gonna really wanna have tonight, you know what I mean? But Hey, it is what it is, man. It's all chaos over by the bridge, bro. Pure chaos, man.
There's
Um,
one thing. As much as you don't want that, me still have to ask you this part of it though.
yeah,
I mean, what's the rationale going back for Lampard? What
for
you
me,
think?
for me,
Mm.
it's like you're going back way. I can't understand why you'd have sack a Potter. You know what I mean? And then hire Lampard for the rest of the season. For me, I would keep Potter for the
For
rest
the
of the season.
rest of the season.
If it's Lampard, I'm gonna hire. I still believe they should have kept Potter at least to the rest of the season. Trust me, because the team was to me the team is not playing bad. They're playing decent football. They're just not scoring.
The cutting edge. They just couldn't find that cutting edge.
Yeah, they're not scoring. They don't have no go. You know, what I mean, we don't have a proper number nine. You know what I mean? It's like I'm a budget me reason with them the other day. I mean, I said Chelsea. The biggest problem is that Chelsea don't have out of all of the so-called top six teams
Mhm.
supposedly. Chelsea is the only team don't possess a threat in terms of you're going up against a Liverpool, Salah. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah,
going
you
up
know, you have
against
some players
us.
where you
Yeah,
have to go
you don't
fight.
have that threat up front, that threat to score goals. And most top teams they have that. You know what I mean? So
True.
nobody playing Chelsea tomorrow and having a nightmare. You know what I mean?
My God. And
Yeah,
and, and and Trevor, one of the things is, as you mentioned, top team have big players. Even some of those so-called small teams, have their main striker, where
yeah.
you have to give them
They have
ratings and
threat, of
fair.
course. Yeah,
But
yeah.
something is terribly wrong with Chelsea, man. I mean, when I look at it again and I say, look how much money that they have spent with Pata, and
Listen,
then to just get rid of him like that doesn't show me
no,
that they have a plan.
no, I don't think that's the case. They spend money with Pata. I don't think Pata have anything to do with all these players they bought.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I think the owners, you know, bought these players, looking ahead. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I knew they, of course, they want the result this year, but you know, it's no drama as long as we don't get relegated. It's no drama. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah, but cause even me as a Chelsea fan, like I say it all the time, we're gonna have one or two good days and we're gonna have some bad days. Because there's no way in one season you can buy close to 18, if not 19 and it's
Players.
and it's sucked. You know what I mean?
Yes.
No. But you know what I mean? For me, I feel good about my team for next year. I feel good going forward. For this year, like I said, I've been saying it a long time. My season is long over. You
Yes,
know what I
that's
mean?
true.
We
I've
just
been saying that.
yeah man, we just honoring the fixtures which we have to do. You know what I mean?
So do you have a coach that you're looking forward to in mind for next year? Would
Um,
you love to see, take this Chelsea team
the Luis Enrique, Luis Enrique, I would have liked to see them higher. I don't want the Nagas guy from Bayern Munich.
from Bayern?
No, I'm not curious about it. I'm not no. I
But
will go with Luis Enrique.
Louis, he was in London on the weekend.
Yeah, and reports are they feel excited about him. No decision made yet. It's mighty impressive based on them conversation, you know what I mean?
Well, that's the kind of Trevor. This brother here in Dallas now easy. Dallas, when we read the first one, then we can just say something, because of the question.
If I
The
beat Iron for me, I bet you.
No, man, hold on. The Man City Arsenal game is the decider. Anyone win will be champion. That's what Dallas is saying. And he continued to say that if City win all the games and Arsenal win all the games, then this does sound right. He says City will be champion.
Nah,
But Arsenal and City can't win all their games, boss, because they have each other to play.
exactly.
But when
Exactly.
I ask you about the coach, Dallas say Mark Hughes.
Mark Hughes. No, 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 no. No disrespect to British coach. I have that conversation with most of my colleagues them all the while. You see, English coach, to me, the English coaches them are good managing mid-table teams. You know what I mean? I don't think they do a good job managing a lot of players that's coming from the wider continent, South
Okay.
America and them places. But they
Mhm.
do well with British players.
Okay.
with core British players. You know what I mean?
All right. So British and British.
Yeah, man. I don't
But
think
how?
they manage the South Americans and the European players very well.
So Mark Hughes was in the conversation
Not that I know of. I hope not.
because he's not actively coaching either
No.
for the longest while. So I mean, oh good. But Chelsea just do some crazy things in recent times. So anything possible.
Like, listen, let me tell you something, sorry, man. Chelsea, you know, we change owner, would I think say would have the things a little different.
Hmm.
But this owner look like, you know, he's just a copy Roman Abramovich. But we do it already now. We always chaotic, you know. You know what I mean? The last time we won the Champions League, I think we played one of the worst football.
That is true. You were like nothing in the league.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't worry about my team. I don't worry about my team. We pick up some good players. Hopefully them they can turn out to be good signing, but they all have quality, a lot of qualities.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We just need the big guy from Napa finish off the team.
Ah,
Yeah.
sound good. But that's one of the thing about this year league. I really would love to know what was the major problems that Liverpool and Chelsea faced, to have such a derailed season,
Liverpool Liverpool
surprisingly.
Liverpool wanted a refreshment. Because listen, you check back all the great managers throughout, world football, club football, right? No matter what they win, they still look for something the following season. They
Hmm.
still look for Liverpool. I think need a total refreshing of their midfield. I mean, I think that's what dragging them back. The midfield.
Yes, and I really believe that, but I think somehow I'm not gonna. Me always blame a coach on some levels because I say he was the one who should have known that 2 years ago that you need to invest in midfield.
True, but the coach
You
has
know,
best in a midfield, and it's just that he's not aggressive in the market where I'm gonna pay this exorbitant amount of money to get these players, and I think that's one of the biggest problems. You know what I mean? Even when they were 3, 4 years ago, he didn't buy big money players as such.
I agree,
You know what I mean?
but
And
Trevor, the competitive nature of what's happening in the EPL and across Europe. I mean, that's what I'm saying. He should, and the type of football that he plays, he know that he must go spend to get them level midfielder. They can't have the same old legs that do this 3, 4, 5 years.
true.
You understand? So that's where I blame him. And you're talking about big money. He was afforded that big money to buy Nunes. Good prospect, don't feel no way. Good prospect,
Mm-hmm.
But I guess him rather refresh him top three than the middle of the park.
Listen, man. You see, the thing is, you're competing with some teams that with some big war chest. The man, the the Newcastle, right? I know
Yes.
about the Real Madrid, the Bayern Munich. These are are where you're competing with to get players. You know what I mean? So if you're not willing to spend the 600 million or Chelsea are spend, you're gonna left behind. That's why Arsenal not indulgent so long.
Yeah, man, they not spend. They don't want no big players, man. They're not no big
Uh,
money players.
Exactly. Well,
And
we're gonna see how they're gonna go forward if they're gonna feel like this squad gonna do it for the next 3 years.
you mean Chelsea?
No,
Liver?
Arsenal.
Oh,
Arsenal keep them
no, but
coffers.
let me tell you, I believe that they will. I mean, they are going rigorously shop in the summer, man. Trust me.
Have to.
They can't depend on this small squad too, because they'll be hungry for more trophies.
Yeah, yeah,
And they have seen where they dropped out of the others because they were,
yeah.
couldn't be able to run on full chattel
One thing
as it
I
relates to the competition.
one thing I say about Arsenal, they have a foundation to do well for the next 3, 4 years.
That's true.
And they just need to build on it, in terms of acquiring some more quality.
And hope that those players stick with them. Cause this business thing are not easy. when the Barcelona and Real Madrid come calling, man. Nobody no remember where them start from.
True, true. But all of them stars, man, I give them at least another couple of seasons before them go anyway.
Okay, that sound good. Yeah, Dallas say Mark Hughes relegated two teams in one season.
Tell us,
Hey,
tell us like that is a historian, man.
well, I don't Trevor. It seems like it's a manual thing.
They say the man who former players them relegate teams.
Yeah, man.
That's
check, check out young boy Rooney.
yeah. Guy never go over Spain. I must see about 3 weeks he spent over there.
Why? I don't want to know because if Black start fire shot power with them argument, you know, boss.
Black- Blacks are listening, man.
Hey, man, so Marcus relegated two teams in one season.
Chill, chill.
Hey, that hard man for a coach.
But at the end of the day, that 2 hours race are down to the wire is very exciting and intriguing, you know.
Yeah, man. Trust
Yeah,
me.
I mean, like I watch every game them two teams that play. You know what I mean? Like I'm just watching, man, because I'm like, damn. But honestly, Arsenal is doing it, man. I'm, I'm mighty impressed with them.
Yeah, man. I like them.
Yep.
I like them. Trust me.
Mhm.
Hey, boss, if me never 1 week now, I haven't done a show. And unfortunately, after Edwin Allen got knocked off, I was shown with the girls' championship. So let me just take the time out to big up Heidel, coach, Heidel coaching staff and the whole team, parents, all of that. It was a very, very strategic win. I think that they just keep their own space. Heidel never have the depth of Edwin Allen. And I think they have actually won the championship on, what would I say, probably one basic mistake from Edwin Allen. But they did what they had to do, participate and win their races, which was good. So kudos to Heidel for taking this championship. Tough luck, Edwin Allen. I know that you will bounce back. I'm not sure of the composition of the team because Edwin Allen never looked good in the junior events. Where the class four and class three, we never look too good. So that doesn't give me a really confidence that they will do much better next year. I don't know if you're following it, Trevor.
Yeah, man, I have to say congrats to Heidel. You know what I mean? Edwin, they were unfortunate. Like I said, a big mistake that cost us the girl championship. But we bounce back strong next year, man. Yeah.
It's a real bounce back. All right, sir. Well, we move on, to the final part. And we just want to take a short look at the 50th character games that concluded today, and it was held in Bahamas. Some drama among the Jamaican contingent. As per usual, Jamaica will always, be the winner of that tournament. They have actually captured 51 medals. Wow,
Mhm.
51 medals.
What happened? The sprinter, what is his name? The record breaking sprinter in the
Yes, I heard
put up.
yeah, man. Um, Nkrumah,
Mm-hmm.
he had suffered an injury.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like hamstring. So he will be what they are saying he'll be out for probably about 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more like precautionary than a serious one,
Mm-hmm.
you
Okay.
know. Which is that's how it is. I mean, he has done well, ran very hard over the championship. So, and the climate in Bahamas was not one of the best either. Little rain here and there and so on. So understand. Not no excuse. That's how it is.
Part of the game, part of the
Yes, but but Alana Reid continued to dominate. She won the 100 meters in 11.17 second, the same time he did on the semi-final at champs.
isn't she it was 10.9 something too?
Yes, she went sub 11. She 10 what 10.92.
Yeah, something to that effect.
Yes, 10.92. That is very quick for a school girl, man.
Yeah, that's
You know. And one other thing we'll always say again, where my friend them like to use the if thing. What would have happened if Serena Cole was in that race and fit? We don't know. But it looks good. Both girls ran very good in their semifinals. Alana Reid won her semifinal 11-1-6, and Sherry, yeah, I think what's her name again? Cole run 11-1-7 in her semifinal, and then that's the end of the race. She pulled up.
mm,
So
oh,
the stage was set for a very interesting
mm,
final,
right.
you know, never to be. But strangely, I'd never watched the relays here at the Carifta Champions. I just heard the news that the under 17s, both the under 17 girl and boys for Jamaica were disqualified from their winning events.
Oh yeah.
Yes, so for the 4x1, the girls disqualified, and also the boys were disqualified for their
Oh,
event. One other strange drama is that the the under 9, the under 20 4x1 males, Barbados actually filed a complaint that they want that race to run over. That one, Jamaica won as well, because there was a incident. It wasn't a false start. It was a warning that was given to the Bahamas athlete.
mm,
Barbados filed a report that their athlete ran too far
oh,
in that false start, and hence they believe that the race should run over
mm.
after Jamaica won it. But
It was a close one. Barbados finished a
the
close.
other teams, it was a good protest based on the committee. No, I think Barbados finished fourth or something like that. They
Oh,
were close. 'Cause Jamaica win by far, but I mean,
mm-hmm.
they probably have their say. But the committee had a look at it, and it was the rest of the teams who decided that they will not participate in the rerun.
Oh,
So it was left just like that. But again, Jamaica is always ahead of the Caribbean.
yeah.
Far ahead, Bahamas came second with 32 medals. But look at the medal standings, Trevor. Jamaica got 25 golds,
Oh,
15 silver.
mm-hmm.
Yes. And
Yes.
Bahamas 7 golds and 9 silver.
Oh, wow.
So it's good. So from that you see like 11 brands, them never show the brands thing, but it was a very good as usual.
Since
You know,
since we
I am not sure who were the coaches who went with the Carifta team, but we want to say big up Jamaica again. They look good. I don't know if these athletes can maintain this going into the what they call it,
yes.
pro, going into the pro level, leaving high school and going pro. So the big question now, and one of Jamaicans are on edge. They are saying that Alana Reid and the said Casey guy should go pro. But quietly so, Mr. Mills, Glenn Mills from the Usain Bolt camp there, is giving a word of caution, you know, to
Yep.
ensure that these athletes are stay focused and not listening to what people have to say and they push about it. So it's really a very good one. So Trevor, we have almost reached the 2 hour mark, which will close in the next 2 minutes. And
So,
I
question
don't yes.
before you close it out, you see what the girl named the American girl run a blistering time
Yes.
Miami. What
But the other thing though, Trevor, it was so much the wind was so much of a positive. And if you should do take away the positive wind from it, she would end up running 11 something.
you sure?
Yes, man.
I think they readjust the time and say it's 10 something still. 10.
It was a positive 4, something like that.
Yeah.
Because even our youth civil who run 9 something too, that was a positive thing.
Uh,
That will take it right back down. And so I know they will readjust it. But again, the Americans always look good in this aspect of it.
yeah, man.
always, So let's see.
Different thing.
Yes. All right, sir. Anything you want to say on behalf of FIBA?
Yeah, man. Bless up all people family out there, come April 22nd, we have
Right.
raffle and reunion. We have refreshment and sale. It will be up in the Bronx, Jenka people. I think it's what 1338 Burke Avenue. I'm not sure if
Okay.
it's right, but we have refreshment music. So looking forward for the continued support. That's it.
Yeah, man, it makes sense. So, people, wherever you are, you don't have to be in the Bronx to support the PIBA Foundation or to the fundraiser. You have persons you can contact for the support, and it's for a good deed. I'm sure that Edwin High School football program will be better supported this year once we get that support, to put more resources and also, infrastructure in the program. So we're looking out, we're asking again for your support. And for those who have not yet joined PIBA, please do so. It's a grand opportunity to be among or to be at a very good home. Because PIBA is a home now, right, Trevor?
Come on, you as a woman and family.
Yeah, so
But remember, coming July 1st, we also have our reunion on the grounds at the Edwin in school.
right.
Big time at the night, base Odyssey. Have football matches in the daytime, lot of fun, lot of activities. Right? That's July 31st. And then I think it's June 23rd, we'll be in Canada, back in Canada, second
Wow.
Iba Fish Fry.
I hope I'll make that one.
Yeah, so
So, people, as we go along, we'll continue to update you on the events and we will also give you the highlights of the PIBA. We are moving very. What, Trevor, we are what now? 3 year old or two?
3 years old, 3 years
3
old.
years old.
Yeah.
Yes, I can remember just 3 years old because it was in the pandemic, round about April, March, April. This is the time of existence. So this one, all the events leading up to the July 31st should have been a bomb, and I continue to push that for PIBA and Edwin. All right, people. So thank you very much for joining us tonight. Thank you very much, Trevor, for jumping in. Very useful discussion, and I do enjoy being here with you, sir. Hope that
But
you
no
will come
doubt, man.
again.
Yeah, man, give her thanks, man. Thanks for having me on the show, man. And bless up all my gooners friend them, just go on down the belt tight, tight. It don't look good, it don't look
Yeah,
good.
Trevor, I want you to remind the Gooners and the Manu fans that we had a score to settle on the Saudichress Show. I'm still looking out for that before the end
No,
of the
man, them
season.
not, they, no, them not forward, man. They not
What
forward.
do you mean
Blacks
them
not,
now forward?
no, blacks don't want the conversation. West Ham don't want the conversation, man. They not forward, man.
All right.
They might
I-
forward after Gooners win. If,
and that's why I don't want the after the fact thing. I want to get
yeah,
it right. All right, people, enjoy yourself. Whichever team you support, just remember to keep safe and continue to join the Saudi Crest. So this is where we leave you. See you Wednesday night where we'll be discussing education. This time we'll have a guest for the next show on Wednesday where we look at the status of education in Jamaica as we go forward. All right. So good night again. And this is where we say goodbye. Bless up yourself.
yeah, man. Good night, good night.